Dallas name on YouTube.
Check it out, look what I made. This is a, what is it? Quick reference code, QRC. I have no idea if this is going to work properly for the purposes of actually clicking on in the video with your phone or whatever, however the hell this works. But I'm putting it up anyway, the hell with it. Now I just have to worry whether or not I have the right side up. Haha! Cool new feature on the ZHSY blog. It took me longer to get the edge of the tape off the tape, the roll of tape, than it did to get that figured out how to print, how to make one of those, and then get it to print up at work, and then bring it here. It took longer to separate the tape. Anyway, cool, awesome. But I'm not bitter. Please enjoy the vlog. Vlogtober day 12. My buddy Adam and I went on a trip a long time ago. Actually, we went with Ethan as well, Adam's brother. We went out to West Texas and we went to Big Bend National Park. We had a great time there, and on the way back, of course, we're powering through because we're young men. We're going to do it all in one shot. I don't know where we stop, but somewhere off of 90. We pull off, we go get something to eat, we get back on 90. And Adam is gonna, well, I'm gonna speed leech off of this guy. Guy in front of us pulls up on the freeway and he's driving like a dick. And he gets up on the freeway and we get up on behind him and we're starting to speed leech off of him. It's where you keep several car lengths behind him, but you keep him in sight and you go just a little bit slower than they do. Well, this guy figures out what we're doing. So he, being a dick, and it's out in the middle of nowhere, so there's very few lights. He turns off his headlights and starts zipping through traffic like a dick. And Adam's just like, man, this is beyond the pale. This guy's crazy. Well, even though we got too far back to speed leech off of him, we still see him off in the distance. Just as we're going over an overpass, we see this guy turn his headlights on, and off to the right-hand side, we see a cop's bubblegum lights come on. Bam. Jumps up on the freeway, goes right up behind this guy, and pulls him off the freeway. And I mean, we were dog tired because we had been camping for several days, hiking all over the place. We had just eaten, so we were kind of giddy with the blood sugar rush. That was the most amazing moment because they're so rare to get that moment where something righteous happens, where something that should have always happened finally happened. There's never a cop around when you need one. Well, there one was. This guy turned on his headlights way up ahead of us, and the cops saw him turn on his headlights, and bam, and got him, and we got to see him get pulled over, and it was just woohoo. So there's my anecdote. So here's another one. There was a time, I forget why we were out doing this, but my father and I were in a Dodge truck. He had an old Dodge truck, and we were out doing something. It was pouring down rain, and my father, it's an old beat up Dodge truck, we were pulling up to a light, and my dad says, watch this, I'm gonna beat this guy through the light. The guy next to us was in a Corvette. It was a dark color Corvette, and my dad starts rolling forward in this old beat up truck, and the guy starts pulling up, and he says, oh yeah, you want to race on that old beat up truck? So my dad just kind of pulls through the intersection, and the guy tried to get on it, and every time he even touched the gas, all he did was spin the wheels. And so he couldn't get on it at all. And by the time the guy figured out what was going on and was able to get off the gas, we were well past the intersection and out of sight. My dad didn't even get on it. It was just rolled like normal speed. That was a very important lesson for me because what it taught me was, you can have all the tools, you can have all the potential in the world, but if you don't have the know-how to use it, you're completely screwed. So the fact that my father had sized this guy up while rolling up to the intersection and knew that he didn't look like somebody who knew how to drive a Corvette in wet weather, and knowing what the car was capable of and what his truck was capable of, he was able to just beat this guy, make this guy look like an idiot driving a Corvette in an old beat up Dodge truck. And it was a very important life lesson. I'm glad I had the opportunity to learn that.